All right. Hello, everyone. I shot a video a couple of years ago where I talked about how to field strip one of the Ruger Mark Series pistols. And I realized at the time that it was really dark, but I was hoping that would help people, so I put it up. I'm trying again to reshoot that and maybe give a little bit more light on it. In front of me is my Ruger Mark III 2245. This is the factory threaded model. Picked this up right after it came out. I have absolutely loved this pistol. It's a great little pistol. It's a ton of fun to shoot suppressed. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and get the suppressor off of it. It'll just make it a little bit easier to work on. Go ahead and this one has had the Mark II hammer bushing installed, so it does not have a mag safety disconnect. So we can just remove the magazine now and take care of that for good. She's clear, and we'll go ahead and fire it. And then the first step is to just go ahead and pop this out. Doesn't matter what you use as long as you can grab a hold of that little thing. I cannot use my fingers. Don't have fingernails that are long enough. So I use one of my little Swiss Army knives or a screwdriver, whatever you have handy. And just get the mainspring loose. Once you do that, this one fits tight, so I just kind of twist it out. Pull it down, it's out. Hold the trigger. As you pull on the bolt comes out. And that's it. That's as far as disassembly goes. If you want to take it apart further, this one is not a super tight fit, so it separates pretty easy. Sometimes you do have to hit it with a mallet. This one, not that way. This one pushes together and separates pretty easily. I like it that way. But if they are very, very tight, just take it and give it a couple good whacks with a mallet and it'll pop off. To get this back apart, the part that everybody always seems to have trouble with, it's all related to how the hammer and the hammer strut interact with the mainspring. Right now I'm going to go ahead and turn on the flash on the camera. Well, I can't do that. But what I will do is try and get a little bit of the camera into there. See if we can adjust that setting a little bit. You can see it pretty good right there. That strut, let's see, turn it over. That strut will flop around. See how it's moving around? What you don't want is you don't want that strut to get stuck in that position, and you don't want it to get stuck above that pin that runs across right about there. That can happen if the hammer gets too high. So right now, in order to get this back together, the first thing we need to do is get that hammer, which you can see right there, is in the way. We need to get it back down. So we'll hold the pistol in this manner, pull the trigger, and we can see now the hammer is out of the way. Now we'll drop the bolt back in. Kind of wiggle it to get it in place, and then we want the hammer to fall down into the bolt. So we can see the hammer right there, and you can see it fell down into place. Now we'll take it and we'll turn it around because we need the hammer strut out of the way. So you can see here that the hammer strut is now down against that hammer strut pin that goes across. And now we can work on putting back in the bolt stop pin and mainspring assembly. You don't want that to close. Alright. Again, mine fits pretty tight, so I have to kind of wiggle it into place. Once it's in place, we're going to keep an eye on that hammer strut, and we're going to close this about halfway. You can see the hammer strut. It's still a little bit dark, but you can see that hammer strut sticking up. That's good. You want it in that position. we'll close this about halfway and then kind of bring it back to let the hammer strut fall into it. And once it does, you can see here that that pushes back out. At this point, with that open and this pushing back out, this gun's good to go. It's ready to go. If that hammer strut is not in the right place, this will go in like that and it will stop. It won't push back out. There's nothing springing against it. Okay? Let's see if I can create that. There it goes. So see, the hammer strut's in the wrong place. It just stays in. Right? It's not springing back out at all. If I closed it right now, this gun is locked up and won't work. So what we'll do is we'll take it again, get the hammer strut to fall into the right place, close it about halfway, get the hammer strut to fall back into it, push it, make sure it springs, boom, done. And now, perfect. That gun's ready to go. And that's it. It's not that bad if you know to watch for that hammer strut. As long as you know that the hammer strut is the issue and you know to watch for it, it's really not that bad to take these apart and put them back together. I really hope that this helps y'all. I really hope that this is a great instructional video for some people. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I'll check them on a regular basis. And if I can be of any assistance, if I can help in any way, I will. Have a good one, guys.